How's it going, guys? Crow here, and welcome back to another review. And today I'm reviewing Demon Souls Remake, the original brutal challenge was entirely rebuilt. Now I wouldn't say it's a brutal challenge, but a challenge. Now let me begin by saying my first introduction to any of the Soulsborns was Bloodborne. After that it was Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls Remaster, and the Red-Headed Stepchild, known as Dark Souls 2, Scars of the First Sin. Now this is a Souls game, so meaning combat/gameplay can be rough if you never played any of these games. With that being said, it does affect my review. Most of the time I would spam R1 with a couple of rolls here and there to dodge out of attacks. And use Soul Arrow. If you're on your first playthrough and you go Royalty, Soul Arrow will help guide you all the way up just about to the third archstone. It is broken up into the upper. Now the footage you're watching is from my new game plus on a character. So with this character I am doing a strength build, so I'm mainly running my claymore, and I have a catalyst for some spells, mainly soul arrow and cloak. The claymore is one of my favorite weapons. It is Baymore for me. Now, I never learned to parry on this one due to the weird timing. But hey, if you can parry, by all means. I like to dodge and DPS. Now, there's this neat little system called World Tendency. Each archstones transports you to a different world. Each world has two world tendencies, light or dark. If you go light tendency, you're going to spend more time in your spirit form. And if you get light world tendency by doing this, you will unlock different paths for your character to take or events. And you'll get increased health with less enemies throughout this world. If you go dark world tendencies, as I found out co-oping with my friend Yosin in Maine, first time playing this, he managed to get dark world tendency in a couple of them, and boy does it get rough, because not only do they decrease the health of your help, they also increase and make enemies more difficult. But in return, it pays off with more souls. As in white world tendency, you lose less souls. And it is rough. Trust me, dark world tendency is rough. But hey, if you like to invade in different worlds to get that dark world tendency, by all means, go ahead. If you're that kind of person. I'm not. I'm mainly stuck with light world tendencies due to, I don't really die that much on my world. If I'm playing as a phantom, then I kind of die because your health's lessened. And how you get dark world tendency is either dying too much in your body form or dying overall too much. And in your body form, you have to use what they call inferior eyes to awaken your body form. These eyes are sometimes hard to come by. It's also how you co-op with the blue stone. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have, a good time and make some memories and laughs with Dark World Tendency. Just like any Soulsborne game, the bosses are one of the big selling points. And most bosses in this game are gimmick bosses. And what I mean by that is some bosses you have to run around and, like the dragon guy for example, and shoot harpoons or giant spears from these guns into his shoulder to help pin it down so you can break its horn. That's how you take it out. Well, I forgot the name of the boss, but it has a little bird on it and a long tongue, and it's got a piece of metal, and you just have to hit that metal until it goes in, and when it falls over, you attack the bird. You can't cheese it if you got an arrow and just shoot it up there, but watch out because his tongue will reach up there and slap you around. Like Pookie Pookie does from Monster Hunter. Now, there are some straight up bosses where you Mano a Mano fight them. And one of them is Flame Lurker. And that is probably one of my favorite boss fights in this game. Seeing this big guy just come out the lava from the top of the next area, and he just jumps down and he looks at you like, let's go, I'm protecting the dragon god. And boy, it is fun to fight him. One of my favorite fights. Boss before that is the armor spider, and you ain't dodging, you ain't getting nowhere. But by all means, if you choose to explore in the Archstones when they become available, you will get rewarded for exploration. I don't know the name of the Archstone, but it's where you go into the one where you get the Storm Ruler where the Uchigatana is, and you can get the Crescent Falchion early game, and that pretty much will wreck up to a certain point. And yeah, I do that from time to time when I want to play. Or I get the Uchi if I don't want to go bait more. And of course, let's talk about the Nexus. Nexus is the main hub world, like Firelink or the Hunter's Dream. It's where you level up. You go speak to the waifu maiden in black to level up. It's also a blacksmith and your item organizer person with a bunch of other NPCs you can go and talk to. It's also got this little thing up at the top of Firelink that shows you those higher ranked players on the PS5. So forth and so on. Any NPCs you meet throughout the game will appear there as well. With that being said, I'm not going to get too much into this because I recommend that you pick it up and play it. You either want to do a solo playthrough, by all means, go through it, or if you want to be like me, I pretty much got my PS5 just to play this, and a friend of mine was like, hey, I'll get one too. Me and him played through it, and shout out to Yosin or Mang, y'all go check him out. Me and him pretty much sat down, co-opted the shit out of this game, loved every minute of it. I had to give this 4.5 crows out of 5. And yeah, this is probably my favorite Soulsborne game next to Bloodborne. Till next time.